Adulteration, contamination, food safety violations. Food safety or the lack of it has become a major concern in India. When something that is meant to nourish proves to do more harm than good, consumers are left vulnerable and concerned.
About 200 diseases, right from diarrhea to cancer can happen when you consume food which is ridden with microbes, viruses, and bacteria.
Food which we consume can be a blessing and can be a poison. So it is very important that the right kind of food we choose so that it is a safe food and is healthy for the entire family.
Hello and welcome. This is Vikas Khanna and I'm here because of the initiative by Tetra Pak and the Times of India. That is the right to keep food safe. As a responsible industry player, we are taking this huge initiative so that this issue comes on the forefront, that is to keep the food safe in India. Please take a look.
The objective of the Right to Keep Food Safe initiative has been to reach out to mothers and educate them on the issues concerning food safety while emphasizing on the importance of nutrition in daily diet.
One of the things we started to get a sense of was that how there was a strong appetite from mothers to even learn more and to raise the ante on this food safety bit. And that led us to conceive of an initiative called Right to Keep Food Safe. Now this initiative is again all about going to an even broader cross-section of mothers across the country and building awareness around diet, around nutrition, around food packaging, food labeling, things that are pretty basic. But what startles us is of course that very few people are actually even aware of some of these.
आपने बच्चे को दूध पिला दिया ताकि उसको कैल्शियम मिले और उसके बोन्स तगड़े हों, बट अगर विटामिन डी की डेफिशिएंसी है तो वो कैल्शियम ऐसे ही निकल जाएगा, कुछ एब्जॉर्ब नहीं होने वाला बॉडी में. तो माइक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट्स प्ले अ वेरी क्रिटिकल रोल.
The initiative also intended to help moms to make the right choices when buying products and also clear myths and perceptions they battle with in their daily lives.
I've learned about food safety as such in terms of when I go to pick up a particular stuff, what are the important things I look into the container or the pack which I carry. And the second one is the storing rules, which play a very important role in the food safety.
And I realize it's been a wonderful experience. The way these people have given us enough food for thought. They've given us all the logic, whole lot of information. So I guess, it's about being convinced head and heart both ways.
A pan-India initiative, a Tetra Pak and the Times of India group took the initiative of Right to Keep Food Safe around 10 cities in India. Of course, the response was very overwhelming. We had a lot of people come and attend, and most of them were mothers because they are the custodians of families' health. So we had a lot of discussions on this crucial subject so that we can educate them, equip them and empower them on such a major subject of food safety. Come, let's take a look at the journey.
Tetra Pak and the Times of India took the Right to Keep Food Safe initiative to 10 cities across India.
If you start your day right by having a good, sumptuous breakfast, make sure that the child gets up in the morning, has a good breakfast before leaving for school.
This can be the start of a revolution.
आपका फोकस रहता है कि भैया अच्छा खाना खिलाओ, बट अगर गलत पैकेज में ले आए तो उसका बेनिफिट नहीं मिलेगा.
जो कढ़ाई वाला जो दूध होता है, बहुत ज़्यादा बॉईल होता रहता है, फिर वो गाढ़ापन और येलो उसमें आ जाता है, तो वो किस हद तक सेहत के लिए सही है?
जितना आप बॉईल करोगे उतना उसका न्यूट्रिशन खत्म होगा।
Nutritionists, food experts and celebrity mothers took center stage as they spread awareness on safe and nutritious food.
The first question which comes to us that you've provided us with all the information, but am I getting the right thing in the market? As consumers, am I aware of the things which are available to me or not is safe? So that is where I think when in fact Tetra Pak approached me, I felt that this is the right medium where in fact we have the knowledge, but it has to reach to the consumer, and as consumers they have a right to know that this is what they need.
We believe that if we are able to empower mothers with the right knowledge about what makes food safe, then they will be enlightened, and then they can go out and spread the message to many, hopefully many thousands of moms.
When we are reading the label, we have to be very sure that what we are giving them, it might not be very tasty, but it will be 100% pure. You are what you eat. आप जो खाते हैं उसी से डिसाइड होगा कि आपकी लाइफ कितनी हेल्दी होने वाली है.
How long we can preserve, keep the food in the cooked food in the fridge?
I don't even know that how far the dairy is and how hygienic it is and whose hands are touching it. It was really comforting for me that it's not touched, it's aseptic. Everything is packed neat and clean without anybody's hands touching it.
When you are buying your food, keep in mind a few things. Don't just look at the label, don't just look at the brand, but look at the ingredients also. Look at its best before date.
The Right to Keep Food Safe initiative equipped mothers with information required to make important decisions related to food safety.
Not just as a dietitian, but even as a layperson, I found this campaign very relevant because as I'm doing this campaign, I'm finding out people have a lot of questions in their mind, basic myths which need to be busted, basic things like how to handle our veggies, what to do about the wax present on apples, or how much is the amount of preservative added, or what should be the extent of sugar one should consume. So it is something which has reach out to many people, and it is something which has to do with each and every person, be it mothers or otherwise.
We do not read labels. We have this habit as Indians, we do not read कि उसमें nutrient value क्या है, nutrient quotient उसका क्या है. We do not read all that, but we should make it a point that we read.
That milk which is now processed is put into a protective carton that keeps it that way. That is aseptic technology.
We're going to be empowering every single mother in India with the information on what is good and what is not good for her family and her child.
The idea is to discuss that how can we actually, make the food safer and healthier at the same time.
Then food safety concerns around milk and juices. Why specifically milk and juices? Because these are more rich in moisture or water content and hence can harbor more germs.
For me, it's a wonderfully exciting campaign because here's information that you need given to you at a time that you can access it.
The aim? To make mothers spokespersons in their own communities and increase awareness on this critical issue.
From this initiative, I've learned a lot about the safety about food. I'm from a cookery background. I take cookery workshops with different cadre of ages, and I have learned that safety is the most important part of our life in any sphere, especially food.
It has imparted a great knowledge. like simple things like boiling milk. That even though I have studied home science, even though we have been taught that, but over the years you tend to forget, and I mean it's re-energized me with knowledge.
So what constitutes safe food? It's $1 million question. I'll tell you why. Because there's a myth versus reality. We often think boiling the milk from a Tetra Pak is great, but the truth is that it depletes the milk from all its essential nutrients. We go to the market and we often love buying that fresh juice, but the truth is it could be contaminated. Opting for fresh juice on the street could be a bad choice because that juice could be contaminated. I will suggest rather having a perfectly packaged juice with low sugar in a Tetra Pak. That is safer. And then we think about the vegetables. We often think of cooking them for too long creates more taste. That's not true. The truth is that cooking vegetables for too long kills all the essential nutrients. These simple tips and you have food safe.
It's a wonderful initiative. It's all about creating an awareness that every consumer out there has the right to have food that's safe.
We will see you soon after a short break. This fantastic initiative of Right to Keep Food Safe has also garnered a lot of support from celebrity mothers. The Right to Keep Food Safe initiative gave them a perfect platform so that they can reach out to other mothers and they can all pledge to take the family's health and safety in their own hands.
The seminars encouraged mothers to become champions of change by making informed choices on food and nutrition. Celebrity mothers joined hands with Tetra Pak and the Times of India to make the Right to Keep Food Safe initiative a bigger success.
This can be the start of a revolution.
I feel that we mothers need to be aware of the choices that we make where food is concerned. This initiative where I get to travel and interact with mothers and make them conscious as well, that gives me great joy.
It's a wonderful initiative. It's all about creating an awareness that every consumer out there has the right to have food that's safe.
Aditi Govitrikar, Perizad Zorabin, Tiska Chopra and Smita Bansal were seen sharing personal experiences, shunning myths and sharing food safety facts with an enthusiastic audience.
Right now, the need of the hour is to tell people what food safety is all about, eating the right food and nutritious food is all about.
As we're getting closer and closer to using more and more processed food, it's important to understand what exactly makes food safe. What is its shelf life, how to best use it, what is the delivery chain.
Tetra Pak and Times of India also brought in a lot of chefs and nutritionists for these seminars. And one thing which was extremely overwhelming for me was, of course, the lovely food and the recipes, but also when the mothers asked me the most basic questions and when I responded to them that, it was about myth versus the reality.
Without further ado, we give you Vikas Khanna.
I also think why are these issues becoming important today? Because our lifestyles have changed. We depend on technology because of a great cause that we know that technology can help preserve the best part of nature in the packaging. जो आज बना रहे हैं बिल्कुल अलग चीज है शकरकंदी और चाय की ड्रिंक बना रहे हैं.
Extending support to the Right to Keep Food Safe initiative was celebrity chef Vikas Khanna.
साथ ही टेट्रा पैक में से हमने निकाला थोड़ा सा दूध, approximately 1/3 cup.
Who shared his culinary prowess on safe food handling and cooking. He also gave tips on easy to make nutritious recipes in an interactive session with the mothers.
These information are verified scientifically. And you want to make sure that the future of the country is safe, healthy, at the same time is having nutritious food. There's less of malnutrition in this country. Even by using a small initiative like this, if we can get the message across,
I think is extremely powerful.
Something which is convenient, easily available is always welcome in any society which is working. So I think propagating that will be my plan of action.
Mothers were also encouraged to take the leap and check the nutrition quotient. This is one very important point where mothers will be aware of what's a fact versus what's a myth, so that they can keep their family safe.
An integral part of the Right to Keep Food Safe initiative was the Nutrition Quotient, an online certification course on food safety, nutrition and packaging developed by medical experts from premier institutes. Mothers enrolled for the Nutrition Quotient program to not only test their level of awareness but also gain more knowledge on food safety and nutrition.
It is very important to have safe food eating practices, safe food handling practices. There were so many things which I was, being a doctor, doing it all wrong. But through the NQ course, I have learned so many new things which I'm going to incorporate in my life and going to spread the awareness.
There is a lot of misconception or clashing information about nutrition information across all channels. I would like to kind of channelize all of them and make it unified, a unified message for moms whom I'm in touch with.
The initiative targeted mothers who wanted to come forward and make food safety a mission and spread the word to a much larger audience.
The Right to Keep Food Safe initiative by Tetra Pak and Times of India culminated by selecting 15 mothers from all over India who are now known as Safe Food Ambassadors. They are spearheading and creating more awareness of the issues around food safety around the country.
Out of all those who participated in the initiative across the country, 15 mothers stood out for their phenomenal enthusiasm and drive to create awareness on food safety and pledged to be the Safe Food Ambassadors.
As a child nutritionist, I am most keen to work with kids. So it's mostly my interest would be most on educating, letting them know much in early stages what is the importance of food, safe food.
I do intend to go strongly ahead as a Safe Food Ambassador.
I take immense pride in being a food ambassador for them because I totally believe in this. The kids today, they have this so much around us that we need to protect them from, and definitely unhygienic things are the first things.
It has provided a very big platform for us to get at one place and spread the public awareness message, which is more about keeping the food safe.
This is something, this food safety, which everybody needs to be aware. So that should be my endeavor now.
They are educating many more mothers with the right knowledge on food safety, health and nutrition across the nation.
We went actually with a view to finding 10, one from each city, and with the overwhelming response that we got, we found that we actually have got 15 food safety ambassadors today, who are actually those who have been passionate in this area to go out and spread the word amongst their friends, their colleagues, their family members around how important it is to know more about food safety and nutrition, food packaging and food labeling.
These Safe Food Ambassadors got a unique opportunity to visit the Tetra Pak facility in Chakan in Pune. Here, mothers witnessed the technology behind 6-layer Tetra Pak packaging and how it keeps food safe without need of any preservatives. They also engaged in brainstorming sessions on how they can spread the message on food safety among consumers. 10 cities, thousands of mothers and one mission: to spread awareness around food safety. The Right to Keep Food Safe initiative brought our attention to a cause that none of us can afford to overlook.
The key highlights were that, we've met a lot of people and we've kind of come together as a family, and we're going to take this initiative forward as a family, as a group, and not as just individuals. And that's what the learning for me has been.
It covers all the parameters to support the family, to provide good, safe health, and this initiative is all about safety.
The Right to Keep Food Safe is one of the key initiatives that Tetra Pak has launched in the last 1 year. Food safety is very much core to our vision, which is we commit to making food safe and available everywhere. Our motto is protects what's good, and therefore we undertook this initiative where the big objective is to ensure that we spread awareness around core areas such as food safety, health, nutrition amongst mothers.
Having reached out to thousands of mothers across India, Tetra Pak and the Times of India concluded the Right to Keep Food Safe initiative on a very positive note. A lot of mothers vouched that they are going to keep a very strong eye on the food intake of the family. When we talk about healthier nation, we also talk about each one of you. And all of you have the right to keep the food safe.